In my mind, there are 2 or 3 major issues that are going to end up hurting the Biden administration when it comes time for re-election. And one of those major issues is the fact that they cannot prioritize, whether it's the need of the U.S. as a whole or the needs of the American people. If you remember, Trump's entire campaign was built on the idea that we're going to make America great again. And right alongside that, hand in hand with that, was the idea that we are going to put the needs of the American people, we're going to put the needs of America first. And if Joe Biden continues to do what he is doing, if the Biden administration continues to do what they are doing, the Make America Great Again philosophy, the philosophy that we're going to put America first, is going to have significance when re-election time comes around. I have said this before. The left and the Democrats, they are very, very good at claiming the initial moral high ground. And the Biden administration in particular, whenever they go to make a decision, it sounds good. It sounds like it's going to change everything. It sounds like it is the best possible decision that could be made in that particular circumstance. But whenever that decision is carried out, or if you look closely enough, you realize that it is majorly flawed and it usually ends in catastrophe. Whenever the idea is first presented, it sounds morally and ethically sound. But eventually, you realize that that false morality is just covering up for a bad decision or just an attempt to gain votes. It's not, these decisions aren't being made based upon priority. They're not being made based upon a proper plan that is in place. It seems random and dysfunctional. And Joe Biden's just like, oh yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And there doesn't really seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. Let me give you a handful of examples. In the beginning of Biden's presidency, he said that we are going to end the war. We're going to get all of the troops out of Afghanistan. We're going to pull out. All the troops are coming home. All the soldiers are coming home, which sounds good, right? That sounds nice. I can't think of very many people that actually want the war to go on. Of course we want the war to end. Of course we want the soldiers to come home. Of course we want the troops to be able to come home. But he did not prioritize the safety of the American people which some of them were left over there, trapped over there, and he did not prioritize the safety of the soldiers, and soldiers ended up dying. It all sounded good. It all sounded great. But it's just all an attempt to gain votes. It's just all an attempt to gain support. And once these ideas are carried out, it puts America behind the 8 ball. It ends up being a net zero for America as a whole. Let me give you another example. A lot of people are frustrated and aggravated over the fact that we have sent billions of dollars over to Ukraine to help them fend off Russia. And it's not that in its place, helping Ukraine is a bad thing. It's not that we shouldn't have compassion on the Ukrainian people, because Russia has been aggressive, Ukraine has been somewhat victimized, and you can have sympathy. And I think it's good that our natural reaction is this, hey, we can help. We can send money, we can send resources, we can help. The thing that people are mad about, what people are aggravated about, is the fact that we have spent billions of dollars helping Ukraine keep unwanted visitors out of their country, but yet have not spent a single cent trying to keep illegal immigrants out of our own country. We have spent all this money trying to protect the borders of Ukraine and not done a single thing to protect our own borders. Let me give you another example. Joe Biden, I believe, hired, I think it was 75,000 IRS agents. 75,000 to make sure, to send out, make sure that people are paying their taxes, make sure the government gets more money. Could the resources that were spent hiring all of these IRS agents not be put towards putting an armed guard in the vast majority of schools in America? The majority of schools in America could have a guard. When we're talking about elementary and high schools, most of the schools in America could have an armed guard there to prevent mass shootings if Joe Biden was willing to put forth the necessary resources. We know, they have the bandwidth to hire 75,000 new IRS agents, but we're not even going to try. We're not even going to try to put armed guards in every school. We're not going to do anything to prevent mass shootings. We're not going to do anything to prevent people from going in and killing the kids. Let me give you another example. Joe Biden has been on this kick that he is going to erase student debt, whether it's all of it or $10,000. I've heard a number of different things, whatever it is. And again, people are all excited about this. People, oh wow, he's really trying to help people out. He's really trying to give these people a head start and all these different things. And notice that this is all coming right before right before the elections, right? This is all leading up to November. It's all just one big attempt to grab votes. That's all it is. As if bailing out a bunch of financially irresponsible individuals. Yes, that is the biggest problem facing America. Yes, that is exactly what we should be doing at this point. That is exactly where all this money should be going, is bailing all of these people out. Priorities. The lack of ability to prioritize the needs, the true needs of the American people and America as a whole is going to lead to the demise of the Biden administration. We have human trafficking problem, we have illegal immigrant problem, we have a drug problem, mass shooting problem, we have all these different problems. That's just a short list, but we have all of these problems. But we are so focused on Ukraine, we are so focused on all of these grabs, all of these attempts to get votes, that we're not realizing that all of these things that we are doing, it is actually putting America behind the 8 ball. And this is what Trump understood, that if we do not take the proper amount of time to help ourselves out, if we do not spend the proper amount of money and time trying to fix our own problems, sooner rather than later, we won't be able to help anybody. It's not that we don't want the troops to come home, but there needs to be a way, it's just that there needs to be a way to do these things without putting America at a disadvantage. And we need to stop compromising. We need to stop sacrificing our own ability to protect ourselves and to help ourselves in order to help other people. I know that sounds rude. I know that sounds horrible, and it is kind of sad. Of course, we want to be able to help out Ukraine. Of course, we want to be able to help out other people around the world. But if we do not spend the proper time helping ourselves and fixing our own problems, then we will not be in a position to help anyone very, very soon.